Hello and welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody is well and fit and everybody's taking care of each other. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit more work on Mrs. Winn. If you would have seen the steam fair video that we put out, I had to do a temporary repair on Mrs. Winn because she sprung a leak on the fuel hose. I've now got some new pipe because I did put copper tube in place. Obviously that was just a temporary fix, so I've now got some proper metal stuff. God knows what it is, but it's nickel plated kind of crap. I don't know, but it is very stiff. It's not like copper. Copper bends quite easily, whereas this stuff doesn't. It's pretty solid, so probably gonna have to heat it up and get it all bent into shape before I actually put it on the car. In the meantime as well, also what I'm doing today is sorting out that oil leak on Mrs. Winn, where it comes from the gear selector shaft on the gearbox. Typical Leyland thing, they all leak oil, but I have got some new seals. I've ordered about 4 just so I've got plenty in stock for when it leaks again, and it probably will. So I've already got Mrs. Winn up on the ramps, so let's go out there and have a look, and let's see what we got to do. I literally just put her up on the ramps and she's already leaving a drip. I think it just depends on where. I think I've left her in I can't remember, second I think, or something like that. Maybe third, fourth, I don't know. I've left her in gear anyway, but as you can see there, it's already dripping out. So it was quite a bad leak. It never leaked before, but you know, this is how things go, isn't it? I didn't bother ordering a new gator. I didn't see the point really, so I suppose I should drain the engine oil out, and I suppose with it being it's already had one oil change, but I suppose with the car being left stood for any length of time, I suppose I should actually do it, drain the oil out, and then I can prise this what's it, oh I'm struggling, get this rod off, prise this seal out, put a new one in. I think that's about it. So, right, let's undo this big thing here and get some oil out. I mean, I probably could do it without draining the oil, but I think it's worth giving us some fresh oil anyway. So right, without further ado, let's get the oil out. So while I'm just waiting for the last few dregs of oil to drain out, I've just happened to look underside of Gary under the front. As you can see, we've got a lovely dark patch of oil, so I'm guessing Gary's shaft seal has gone the same, which I wouldn't be surprised at. I did know that this car had an oil leak, but it was one of them I've not really investigated. I didn't, you know, at the time it wasn't that important. You know, there's other things going on with Gary that I need to address, obviously. So yeah, I wasn't really worried about it, but that's again that's a job that I can do once I get the fuel tank sorted and all that. So I think yeah, that's the most of the oil out of Mrs. Winn, so I can I'll bung the sump plug back in, and then we can start undoing all the gear selector rod so I can get the seal out. So the gear selector rod is just held in with a couple of roll pins, one to connect the rod to the collar and then another one to connect the shaft to the collar. So we'll just remove this one, I think, for now. Although there is a little bit of movement in them, I'll probably remove them. So that one's quite, I can move that, so that one's quite worn. So I might look at actually drilling the holes out all to match, so we get a nice tight fit because the gear change on Mrs. Winn is quite sloppy, and as we know, we get trouble selecting first, so I think the clutch will have to be done at some point. I have got a new clutch for it, so yeah, that's one of the jobs that is going to get done sometime when I'll get round to it. So in the meantime, I'll just remove this this one pin, roll pin here, and then I can literally just quickly pull that seal out and push a new one in. I have been looking around and some people have actually fitted two in there. I will have a look on this particular gearbox. I'm not sure if these are the same as the Mini in terms of design there, but the seal itself is the same as the Mini, so most of the BL gearboxes, they all more than likely have the same seal. So right, let's get this pin out and have a look. I'm waffling. There we go, we got the selector rod out of the way, and then we can now see that leaky seal. So all it's a case of now is just prizing this out, tapping the new one in. Easy peasy, he says. But I think, yeah, I will actually drift this pin out as well, and we'll get these holes nice around. As you can see, that one's quite elongated. I would imagine that's because of all the problems we have getting gear. So yeah, I'll probably just whack the drill down these just to make sure that the holes are both the same size, so we can, when I put a new roll pin in there, it shouldn't be getting too much movement. So right, let's get that seal out, push a new one in. So that's the old seal out, and there's absolutely no give in that rubber at all. It's gone absolutely rock hard. So as you compare that to a new one, it's nice and flexible, as you can see there, and get my nail in there and it'll move as it's supposed to. But that, yeah, absolutely rock solid. And yeah, looking at the hole, it's gone a little bit big. So yeah, so we'll just press this. So what I'll do is I'll just clean the aperture up with a bit of brake cleaner to make sure there's no oil on the part where the outer bit sits, so it can go in nice and dry. We like going in dry. Ooh. So that's the new seal in place. Now I can't actually drill this collar because it's absolutely rock solid, so my theory is basically the roll pins are just worn. So I have got some new roll pins which obviously will need to be hammered in, of course. That's the idea of them. So I don't really need to do any more here as such. So what I'll do is I will put that knackered gaiter back on, just because it's doing absolutely nothing, and it may keep a little bit of shit out, which is the plan. So I'll just go ahead now, reconnect this back up, and I'll knock this roll pin out as well, and get a new one in there as well, because that one is quite floppy also. So nice easy fix. So that's a couple of new roll pins in place. So that's it, that's all I need to do under here. So I can put some oil back in the engine, and I think we'll have a look, see how that gear selector feels. Well, that certainly feels a lot less sloppy than it were. I mean, that's just the distance between the first and second column and the third and fourth. So that feels much better that way. I mean, obviously that's just play in the whole gearbox itself, so there's no play in the rod anymore, so that's took a lot of it out. Right, let's put some oil in the old girl, and that's probably about as much as I'm doing. No, I'm not. I need to give her a bloody wash. Look at the state of it, it's covered in dust. So yeah, the next job I wanted to tackle then was that fuel pipe. So before I forget, I'm going to put some oil in, but I need to have her up on the ramp so I can disconnect the fuel hose. So I forgot all about that, running away with myself. Okay, stay tuned. So that's our oil refilled to more or less the level I want it. I'll recheck it again once I've got it off the ramps. So now I'm going to sort out all this temporary copper pipe work. So that was the main one I wanted to sort out, which is the one that was leaking the other week. This was just something I made up basically when I got Mrs. Winn on the road. So I want to tidy this up because it does look shite. So what I'm going to probably do is reroute this one, obviously make it out the new metal, put it on a P-clip down here. So I'll run it along the side of the engine, up the front and into this fuel pump up here. So it'll all look a little bit neater than what it does now, hopefully. And obviously reroute it round into my fuel filter, and then I'll add another pipe down here that goes underneath the car. So the new metal pipe is here, and let me tell you, this stuff don't move. That is really, really, really strong pipe. So I need to just carefully straighten this out as best as I can, just to make things look neat, and then form it to shape. And I think what I'll use to form it to shape is the original pipe that I took off. So this will just be a case of doing these things that, you know, the temporary repairs that got me out the crap, but you know that now they need doing. Also, while I'm underneath the car, I think I'll give everything a coat of greasy stuff just to keep the rusty stuff at bay, because it's yeah, it's a bit grim underneath. You know, it's gonna need some welding at some point, but I want to just try and protect all the pipe work as well, and just stop them rusting through again. So that's that. So right, let's crack on. Let's make up a new pipe, and let's see how we get on. So there we have the original pipe there, and the new one that I've bent to shape. That's not bad for my eyes. That looks pretty good. Yeah, just a little bit of fine adjustment, but this one here, this last bend I've left alone because I want the fuel filter to sit a lot lower than what it is, simply because I'm going to bring this pipe, I don't want it dangling there no more, I'm going to bring it along here as I said earlier. So I want the fuel filter to sit a little bit lower, so hopefully that'll look a lot neater than what it does now. So let's get this one out the way, let's get this pipe out, let's get that new one in, and then I can make up a new pipe then to go up into this one. So yeah, there's nothing really much to show you. One pipe out, another one in, easy. And there we have a nice steel pipe, clamped to the side of the engine so it doesn't wobble around anymore too much, so it'll cope with the vibration through the rubber. And that's a rubber lined P-clip there, and I've just bent that away from the engine so it doesn't get too close. I probably could have done with trimming that pipe a little bit more, but yeah, I'm fairly happy with that. You know, it would have sunk the fuel filter down a little bit lower, but at the end of the day I do want to be able to get to it, so that's not a major issue at all. But yeah, that's certainly better looking than the copper pipe, and obviously it's away from the exhaust as well anyway, and with it being in steel rather than the copper, yeah, that seems okay. So I think that's about that for Mrs. Winn now. So I'll get her off the naughty ramps. As you can see there, I've got my little midget step there because I couldn't reach, and then we'll give her a bit of a wash because she's looking a bit grim, and that's just by sitting outside the house. I've not actually been anywhere with Mrs. Winn, but she's absolutely filthy. The Mighty White, that just needs a wash. May go out in that this afternoon, we'll see. But yeah, I'll just tidy up now and get Mrs. Winn off the ramps and remind me, check that oil. So that's it, she's off the naughty ramps again. Just been for a quick run round the block, just to get everything nice and warm. Got no fuel leaks, and also no evidence of any drippy droplets of oil. So one happy bunny. So that's Mrs. Winn sorted. So I think now I'll just get the mighty white out as well, and we'll give them both a wash. So that's all from me in this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you really soon in another video. In the meantime, take care of yourselves and each other. See you later.